All right, so about a half an hour later, you arrive at the offices, and you're hastily escorted into the Don's office. Don Banvilo is a corpulent human with red cheeks and wire-rimmed glasses and crimped shoulder-length white hair. You suspect it might be a wig. And he looks furious. As soon as you step in the door, he begins berating you about your previous night's encounter with the nobility.
I start tugging on my collar.
And I say, what nobility?
Ooh, well played. He screams at you, you know what you've done. I can't have servants of the city harassing my nobility. Blah, blah, blah. He's on a tirade. You can't stop him.
I say, maybe your nobility shouldn't be such a dork.
He looks at you and says, be that as it may, I have a job for you and you need to do it now. Any horseplayer shenanigans and you guys are fired.
I stand up and scream and put my battle axe in his desk.
I try to talk Michael down from the ledge here.
He looks at you like he's seen this before and seems relatively unimpressed.
All right, I whisper to Michael's ear, I say, it seems like this guy is relatively unimpressed and he's seen this before. We should just do what he says because he is peeved.
I laugh because whispering in my ear tickles.
I go talk to Thad, I say, Thad, try to talk some reason into Michael.
I say, no, it's okay, I'm good.
All right.
The tickling made me calm down, so I'm good.
Okay. So
I tickle you some more in the belly to calm you down extra.
I don't think the judge likes this, so I put my head in my palms.
I laugh so hard I accidentally let gas slip out, and I'm embarrassed.
jeez, come on.
I'm embarrassed.
Wait, you 7-year-old with your potty humor?
We're in front of a government official.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
So the Don, he has his secretary hand you a map. Okay, it looks like it's his location, pretty close outside the city, maybe a mile or two away. He says, "There's a cave full of goblins here. I need you to go get rid of them. They're harassing tourists."
Terrorists?
Tourists to the city. They're harassing them.
Outsiders.
Oh, you mean terrorists?
Yes.
There's a lovely brook that runs through that area, and there gets a lot of visitors. And these goblins, they're stealing people's lunch baskets and making farty faces at the ladies.
All right, so I ask the judge or the magistrate, whatever he is. I say, how much does it pay?
It's part of your standard weekly wage. It's essentially like a job that you guys have to do to get your paycheck every month.
Oh, wait. So he's livid at us, but not in any capacity to punish us, apparently.
We have the upper hand.
That's
what it sounds like.
He's making you work on a Saturday, essentially.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know if medieval times even had Saturdays.
He's making you work on the Lord's Day.
Huh. Well, I say, what happens if we refuse?
You're fired.
I say, we're independent contractors. It doesn't matter.
That's a good point. You're destroying him with logic. Good work, Juji.
You're not really independent contractors. You work for the crown. But, like, you get paid a stipend every month or week or whatever.
This is my biggest problem with the job. I don't even know what my job consists of. It's never been defined well.
You go hunt goblins and giant wasps and other nuisance fantastical creatures.
We'll save it for your mid-year performance review, Michael. If you have issues about your job, you can talk to me at any time. My door's always open.
Okay.
Well, I stamp my feet in a harumph, but I know that there's no way out. We need that stipend because that's what keeps the pumpkin spice mead flowing.
It's true.
I want to ask the magistrate before we go, what are the odds, the over-under on the goblins killing the tourists?
And he says, "Get out! Get out!" And he throws his gavel at Michael, who humorously goes like,
Yeah, you kind of like I don't know. He kind of curls as the gavel hits him, right?
Yeah.
He shirks.
Yeah,
Perfect.
he shirks.
All right. So you guys want to head on out to fight some goblins?
Oh, first I want to get Thad's input on this because he's been incredibly silent throughout the past proceedings. So I just want to know what his take is.
I'm good. Let's do it. Listen,
Great.
again, I'm just doing this so I can put it on my resume and show my dad. I don't need to get involved in any politics. I don't need to get involved in any personal issues. I don't even need the gold. You just need to give me a signed certificate at the end of all of this that I went on an adventure and killed mystical creatures.
Tom's like an adventuring intern. I like it.
I say, "Oh, Thad, you're so crazy."
Okay, so you guys gonna head over then to the lair of the goblins?
Might as well.
Might as well.
All right,
yeah.
cool. It's a good thing I got this goblin map printed out. Oh, it's a goblin cave. So I'm going to ask for a standard D&D thing. It's called your marching order, right? So you guys are going to come down. This is the entrance to the cave right here, right? I want to know where you guys are positioned in relative to each other. That's what people call their marching order. So who's leading the way? Is it the big barbarian Thad? Or excuse me,
Thad
Michael.
is not the big
Michael, the
yeah,
big
Michael.
barbarian.
It makes the most sense.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll put Mike. I don't have a good miniature for you right now, so we're just using this standard human warrior guy. So I'm just gonna go right there. So next up, I'm gonna guess we're gonna go with our archer here, our elven archer, and then maybe the wizard behind. Yeah, wizard. All right. So you get to the entrance of the goblin cave. How do you guys want to play this? You want to just kick down the doors and go in, or you want to be a little sneaky? From where you're at right now, you can't really see any goblins.
I kick down the doors. I want to hold my battle axe out in front of me and spin in circles.
Okay.
Forward. In a forward motion, like a tornado, like a Tasmanian devil.
Okay. I like it. I like a brutal, forceful approach. What about you, Thad? What are you doing? You gonna try and sneak around here, try and pick off some goblins, or you running in there following Michael Battleaxe?
I would like to kind of stay in the shadows and support Michael. Just
Okay.
because I know this probably is not gonna go well. So, I just want to make sure that I can stay hidden and pick off any goblins that happen to figure out, his incredible battle strategy.
Thad, do you have any freezing arrows or anything? Like you could freeze a group of goblins for me?
No, they're just made out of gold.
Oh man.
It's regular arrows. What about you, Judge? What's your plan?
I'm going to support Michael in the best way that I can, and I'll give him a buff so that he gives a +1 to his attack.
Protein powder.
Perfect. We can do that. That's good wizard thinking. Okay. So that's just I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna advance good old Michael Battleaxe sort of into the middle here, and he's gonna see some goblins holding that, staying in this cave. Thad's gonna stay in the shadows over here. He's gonna cling to cover, and then we'll have good old Judge in the back here supporting, casting spells. So, oh no, there's a bunch of goblins in the goblin cave.
No wonder.
Damn, what are the odds?
Who would have thought it? I like those odds.
All right.
I don't want to be in the bloodstain.
Okay. That gives your
Yeah, don't
magic
put 'em in
more
the
power.
bloodstain.
Everyone knows that wizards standing in the bloodstain get.
No, this is another character trait that I just thought
Okay.
of. He is deathly afraid of blood.
Oh,
He faints at the sight of it.
that's gonna be rough for an adventurer, but
He's like a reverse blood elf.
okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Okay. So, Michael Battleaxe, you see all these goblins, and you said you just want to sort of get in there and start swinging, right?
Right.
Right. So we'll let you go first, and everyone else can sort of react to what you're doing. The goblins didn't seem to be really paying attention. They're just, doing arts and crafts and, eating lunch.
They were doing paintings and drinking wine.
Yeah. They seem to be doing some downtime activities. Nothing too important. So they're definitely surprised by a huge barbarian man. Sorry, this is gonna seem like a personal question. What are you wearing? Like, are you a full-on barbarian?
Are
you
Dungeon Master? Are you making me blush?
Are you in a loincloth? Or are you get some furs on you? What's your deal?
Kind of like a professional wrestler. Like I have like an underwear speedo.
Okay, great.
Tights. Whatever, trunks.
Tights. Okay.
I got trunks, and they say MB on the butt.
Okay, great. Any furs or
I got fur wristbands.
Okay.
And a knee brace.
Okay.
And a deer skull as a helmet.
Some bandoliers. I don't know.
Yeah, that
Okay.
too. But the knee brace is because I had reconstructive knee surgery at one point.
What?
For a witch doctor.
Yeah.
So that's what I look like.
Okay. All right. So,
Also, I have Crocs.
Oh, come on.
Other Crocs. I don't have Crocs. I have
They're
boots.
literal crocodiles.
I got boots. Real boots. All right. That's what I look like.
Okay, great. So I was just curious. Barbarian and all. All right. So, okay, you just get up there and you swing away. So I'm gonna roll some dice for you here. Obviously, you're taking a forceful approach to spinning your battle axe into these goblins. All right. So, well, it looks like right here you got two things that don't matter. One negative and one positive.
He also has a buff.
Also has a buff, so we're gonna add 1 to that. So that's 1 plus 1 from the buff is 2, and then your forceful approach is 3. So man, you roll super high.
Yes.
The goblin is gonna. Whenever I roll an attack, the goblin's gonna roll defense. I don't know if that was clear earlier. So he's gonna roll to defend here. He rolls pretty decent actually, but it's not going to be enough to overcome your massive strength. The goblin is no more, as the Monty Python guys said annoyingly. So congratulations, first blood to Tom. He wipes out one of those irritating goblins.
And I say to Thad, thanks for having my back, my man.
Now, Thad, you're sort of in an interesting position here because. You have a shot at one of the goblins on the far side there, but it looks like Mike's a little bit in your way. So if your shot is not accurate, you might end up hitting your buddy Mike Battleaxe. So Michael Battleaxe, excuse me. So now might be like a good time to use your careful approach and say you're gonna maybe aim carefully and try and shoot that goblin over on the far right side of the dungeon. How's that sound?
Yeah, I'm going to aim as carefully as I can because the last thing I want to do is upset Michael in any way, given how incredible his temper is. I don't feel like being cleft in twain today, so I'm going to aim carefully.
Fantastic. All right, I'm going to roll some dice for you.
That initial wedgie is still in the back of your head, isn't it?
It's always made me apprehensive around Michael, except for a couple hours ago when I tickled him on his tummy. That was really awkward. I don't know what came over me.
Let's face it, Michael Battleaxe is just like a raging psychopath, and him being in the company is the danger to everybody around him.
But I'm the best talent we got.
All right, so it looks like we have 1 success from Tom, which we'll add to his to Thad. Excuse me. We'll add to his careful stat, which is 0. So he has 1 success. Which is good, because that way, at least it's not going to hit your good friend Michael Battleaxe. But the goblin has a pretty decent chance to evade here. But he doesn't actually. No, he rolled,
yes.
He rolled pretty poorly. So he takes an arrow in the shoulder. He doesn't drop as the one versus Mike did. He's got some hit points, as they say, which the hit points in this game work in a weird way, and I'm not going to explain them right now. So we'll talk about them later, maybe. Okay, so he is clutching his shoulder. He had a shield, but he dropped it because of the pain that he's in. He's sort of incapacitated for the time being. And you guys might be able to take advantage of that. But for now, we're going to say that the goblins pile in here. Oh, I guess, Judge, you could do something if you wanted to here. You're kind of behind the action right now. I don't know what you're thinking about.
am I able to make my way up to the goblin?
Right now it's kind of like a narrow. It's a narrow, and Mike is in the way. You could try and scooch by him if you wanted to.
Forget it, not with that.
No,
guy.
I was gonna say.
What I move up behind Michael and I just clutch to the wall with wide eyes as I watch the master do his magic.
All right, so it's the goblin's turn right now. They're gonna kind of pile in here. There's one that looks like he's kind of like the leader in the background. It's hard to tell from the little webcam here, but he's got like a sword instead of a spear. He seems like he's in charge. He's barking orders at the other goblins. The one goblin on the far side, he's like too hurt to get in. He's still he's scared. But the other two goblins sort of pile in and attack good old Michael Battleaxe. Now, unfortunately for you, Michael Battleaxe, goblins are like not super good at fighting. But they are good at ganging up on jerks, so they're gonna get a little bit of a bonus here for having them both attack you. So we'll see how this goes for you. I'm gonna roll some dice, and then this will be the first goblin's attack.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh, that was whew. You might be in some trouble here. You guys got 3 successes and 1 failure. We're gonna say this is a forceful attack, I guess. He's just charging in. They're not being sneaky, not being subtle about things. So they got a 3. That's all they get there. They don't get any bonuses to that. Second goblin attacks you, and no, he can't even do enough to get through your inherent defense. So you're fine there. Thad, it's technically your turn right now, but you can let other people go before you if you want.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't know if I want to chance another arrow hitting Michael. I feel like I got lucky on that first one, and I'm not going to push it.
Okay. Well, you're up then, Mike, if you want to.
Okay. I want to get out of everyone's way, but I also want to do it with style and my force of my battle axe.
Okay, great.
So I'm going to hold the battle axe above my head and spin like Sonic the Hedgehog around the room. Like in circles.
Okay, well let's talk about that
hitting
in a way
all the goblins at once.
Let's talk about that in a way that like maybe you could add something that you could actually as a human do. So you're gonna like put the battle axe above your head and spin around your axis. I'm guessing not like not like a spin dash.
He's doing like what Bart and Lisa did with like rotating their arms.
Yeah.
Like the windmill.
Oh,
yeah,
like
I'm
the
just
windmill.
like spinning it, and I'm walking forward slowly.
Okay, so what?
He's like a propeller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a dangerous propeller. So, okay, we that's something you could do. We'll see how that goes. It might go well. So, your goal is to like sort of push these guys back as well.
Yeah, sure. I want to get out of my buddy's ways.
Okay.
Here, so they can have a clear shot without angering me.
I got you. You realize you're clogging up the
That's
word.
what's so terrifying about Michael Battleaxe is that he knows that he has a problem, but he does nothing to fix it.
I just feel so much better when I'm. Never mind. All right. So
All right, so you rev up the helicopter and start spinning that battle axe above your head. Let's see if you hit any of these 2 goblins that are in front of you here. I'm gonna. Not very good. You really bungled that one, unfortunately. So you rolled all failures on your dice. You rolled 3 2s and a 1, which are all failures, and you'll add your flashy attribute to that. So that's you were at -4, now you're at -2. So you really bungled. You really bungled that attack. They were not intimidated in the least. They saw it coming. It was predictable. You're like right now. You kind of move over to here, right? So you kind of at least got out of the way a little bit.
Okay.
But you're wide open for a counterattack right now, my man. You are in trouble. Those goblins, they're licking their chops. They see an opening. So
I roll my eyes at Michael's antics, but I know to do this in the dark so he doesn't see me and get mad at me.
Luckily, he's not facing you. So you should be okay. Thad, you're up. What do you want to do? You want to try and shoot one of those goblins? You got clear line of sight.
Do I ever get to have a turn? Jeez.
Judge or Thad.
You did Thad, and then you did.
Well, no, Thad waited.
You did Michael.
Thad waited.
Okay.
So, but Judge, you can go if you want.
All right. Well, I remember from all my classes my night classes at wizard school that goblins are vulnerable to fire.
Really, I mean, all organic matter is vulnerable to fire, to be fair.
Yeah, and they're part of that. So I cast Fire-Raga on all of them, which illuminates the area, which also exposes Thad rolling his eyes at Michael. Accidentally. But
the corner
if you look
of
at the
his
board, his back is turned to him. So whether or not he sees Thad rolling his eyes, I want a dice roll.
Okay, we'll see. Let's see if he catches him out of the corner of his eye. We'll use let's see, Mike's clever. Let's see if he's clever enough to see. He's adding +1 to this roll. There's a pretty decent chance. So no, he doesn't see. So we got one negative.
That would have sent me into a berserker rage.
We got 1 negative and 3 neutral. So that equals a 0 total. So no, he doesn't see.
I'm sorry, Thad. I didn't mean to expose you like that. I wasn't thinking straight.
Yeah, well, don't do it again.
And you guys are having this conversation as a burst of fire erupts from Judge's outstretched fingers.
Nah, my wand. Yeah. It has a star at the end of it.
I didn't know it had a star. That's cool.
It did.
Cool. So, all right. So, Judge, we're gonna make an attack for you. This is gonna be flashy. Do you want which goblin are you attacking with this attack?
The leader, let's say.
Okay.
It's Fire-Raga, so it's attacking everybody.
It's too powerful
Or fire
for you.
all.
You just graduated.
Okay, it's the leader.
Okay.
Mr. DM.
Okay.
More like dictator master.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? Shoot, McGee. You just got 3 successes, my man. Added to the 3, your 3 and your flashy attribute. So this goblin is in peril. He sees the fireball coming right towards him, and his eyes are as wide as saucers. He's gonna be trying to defend this by being sneaky. He's a little better at being sneaky, so he's gonna try and dive out of the way, dive under a table there. But he fails. He's toasted, man.
I Michael Battleaxe, look in awe as the fire lights up the room, and I'm amazed at my partner Juji's powers.
It's Judge.
And then I scratch my butt
Fantastic.
with my mouth agape.
The leader is just a screaming mess of fire and burning flesh. He is
And butt scratching.
well. That's the different guy. So, all right, now Thad, if you want to go, if you want to shoot one of those goblins, feel free. Thad.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I don't think we have time anymore. We just have a soundboard.
Okay. Yes. I'll do that.
Yes.
I'm Detective John Kimball.
Metal Gear reference.
And then at some point I get switched with a Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard, and it's just, this is not a Tuma over and over
roll
again.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't roll it.
All right, Tom. You gonna shoot a goblin here?
I do.
Okay. Tom, do you have any melee weapons, or do you just have a bow and arrow?
I just have a bow and arrow.
Okay. Good. Great.
Come prepared. That's
Smart.
his motto.
All right.
Old sticky fingers, you salty dog.
I said I'm going to rely on my wits and these 3 bows I brought with me. So I have multiple weapons, but they're all bows.
All bows. You've got your close
good
combat bow,
Yes.
your area effect bow, and your regular ranged attack bow. It's smart. It's real smart. Always come prepared. Okay, so we're gonna roll an attack here. Let's. I don't know what attributes you want to use. You want to get a quick volley of shots off, Tom? We can use your quick attribute there. You want to be flashy? You want to try and put one right through the guy's eye hole? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking flashy because I wanna show these guys that I'm a valuable member of the team.
Good.
And just to make sure that Juji ends up signing off on my adventure certificate at the end of all this.
It's Judge. Go ahead.
All right, we'll roll some flashy dice here. Okay. So we got two sixes here, which are both successes, and we got 2 failures here. So nothing, but you add 2 to your flashy score, so it looks like you might have a shot at this here. Let's roll the goblin's defense. Goblin defends poorly. He gets two negatives. So yeah, not only do you hit the goblin, you put it exactly where you want it. It goes right in the eye socket and right out the back of the skull, and bam, he's deader than a doornail. Which is good
now,
because...
Is there blood? Is there blood here when this happens?
There is some blood. There's some blood. I don't know.
I looked to the side really quickly.
Well, so there's 2 goblins left. They kind of pile in here to fight crazy berserker man here, who's left himself exposed, by the way. So they're both going to make some attacks at you here. Michael Battleaxe. So here we go. Here's the first one. Okay, so this is we've got 1 success here. We're going to add it to the goblin's 1 ability from being in a gang, and then the other one for you exposing yourself. So he's gonna get a total of 3 here.
I don't think it's right to reward people for being in a gang.
You know,
I agree.
But luckily enough for good old Thad here, he's still, his defense is still pretty high, just because he is so forceful. So there's a lot of metal flying around here. So it's hard to get hard to hit. Hard to get past all that metal. But actually, so good old Michael Battleaxe is fine. The first spear shaft rebounds harmlessly against his battle axe.
I stand tall with my hands on my hips and laugh.
Exactly. And here comes the second battle axe, or here comes the second spear, excuse me. This one, however, this one's gonna graze you, unfortunately. So right now you've kind of taken 2 body blows right now. You're wheezing. You're not feeling super great. You're not dead. There's a little bit of blood, so I don't know how Judge feels about that. But no.
I look at the ceiling.
No real terrible bodily damage has been done, but you're feeling it. You're gonna be sore in the morning. That's for darn sure, Mike Battleaxe. So that's where things stand right now. Let's finish these guys off. Good old Thad. It's your turn again. What would you like to do?
I'm going to do a volley of shots this time.
Okay, cool. So let's say we're going to use your quick approach to do that.
Yes.
So I'm going to let you make 2 attacks here, because that's cool. I'm going to roll the dice real quick here. Goes for the first goblin. That's a success with a... ooh, Thad, you're good at quick shots. That's a huge success. That's a 5. Here's the second one.
His wife says the same thing.
The second one is a pretty robust failure, unfortunately. But you hit your first target, so that's pretty good. So the goblin's going to defend. He's going to try and dive for cover by being quick. But it doesn't matter. Your shot, you hit him center of mass, and he drops like a sack of potatoes. Zoop.
Medieval potatoes.
Yes.
So they thought they were poisoned.
Yes.
After I let out those 2 successful shots, I yell out, "Goat!" And I'm not referencing greatest of all time. I just thought I saw a goat.
I'm scared of him shouting for a goat because I fear goats.
What be this mystical beast ye call a goat? Anyway.
Was that from Game of Thrones?
I just made it up. Mike, you can be up, but Judge has been pretty testy about being left out here. So if you'd like to defer your turn to Judge, you can also do that.
Nah, he's got it in hand.
I got it. I stand on my battle axe and try to surf it like a surfboard. But then I think better, and then I swing it at one of the goblins.
Okay.
Also, you don't know what a surfboard is.
That's why I didn't do it.
That's smart. Well, it looks like your approach has paid off, because you got 5 on your successes here. So congratulations. You had 2 successes plus your 3 for a forceful maneuver. So congratulations. It looks like this goblin's going to die unless he rolls incredibly here. And he doesn't. So he bites the dust as your axe lands firmly in his skull. He lets out a yelp and immediately dies.
I take his severed head and I spike it like a football. And then I do like a chicken dance.
I cover my mouth because I'm gagging.
Yeah, that has got to splatter blood everywhere.
It's really vulgar.
It is. All right, so as you begin to dust yourself off and take a quick swig from your water skin. It's not water skim isn't a thing. Water skin. You start to hear a slight rumbling, which soon grows to the sound of a deafening avalanche. When you turn around to investigate the source of the noise, you find the cave entrance completely caved in. You guys are trapped.